some people believe that the strong travel performance over the last couple of years was a little bit of a one-off as a consequence of the low trading during the pandemic. I do believe that is misguided. The travel not only remaining strong, it will be stronger and stronger. We have historically seen 4 to 5% passenger growth per year. That means that the number of total passengers in 15 years will be doubling, and they will come from all across the world. There are many new emerging markets joining that. The second idea that I think has not been fully understood yet is that Avolta, which is not only the leading duty-free operator, but also the leading travel F&B operator, after the merger between Dufry and Autogrill, we are in 73 countries, 1,000 locations, 5,000 points of sales. This is larger than anybody else in the space and makes us much more resilient. We are very little affected by microeconomics, geopolitical, and the risk of any specific contract is very small. But we merged last year. There was a lot of information regarding the company. I think now is the sixth reporting quarter where we are reporting stable and growing profitability ahead of expectations in all of those 6 quarters. I think it's just a question of keep doing a good job, keep delivering on the results on expectations or ahead of expectations, and over time, the gap will close.
I mean, one of the things you've spoken about, a few factors there that I actually all want to touch on if possible. I mean, have the efficiencies been fully integrated then after that merger, one? And just on the other side of that then, EM passengers, particularly out of China, haven't necessarily returned the way you would have liked.
So the synergies we have confirmed, the cost synergies will be delivered fully this year, 1 year ahead of expectations. We are just at the beginning of the synergies on revenues. We have signed a few contracts this year where we will operate the whole commercial space of an airport or terminal, which will include the retail and the F&B. This is pretty unique, and it's a beginning of a long journey. It's true, the recovery of certain nationalities has not been there, Chinese being one, but what you see in Asia Pacific is extraordinary. You see India, for example, reaching the moment of development of the GDP to have a material impact over the next years on the travel industry globally. And you have Indonesia, and you have Vietnam, you have significant economies, and we have seen that historically. They are reaching that tipping point where there will be, again, another area of development. For putting a bit of context, Chinese passengers at the peak in 2019 were less than 5%. So we are not relying on them like we are not relying in any specific nationality. That's the beauty of Avolta. We are exposed to 2.3 billion passengers globally in 1,000 locations, as I said, and therefore we are much less affected than other people for one specific nationality or location.